Hey guys, welcome back to Roblox game making. Today we're gonna talk about basic challenge stuff. This will be about giving your game more of a challenge. So, let me set the stage. You notice that no matter how far you space the things from like the maximum jump far heightness, it's still relatively easy to complete, no matter how hard you try. And you don't know how to combat this. Well, now I'm going to teach you how to make different change. I'm going to teach you how to make moving builds. Now, there are a few ways to do this. One, you can use the rope and do this. Well, there are many ways, but there are going to be two that I discuss. We'll do the first one. First, make a block, anchor it, get a bigger block. Just so you know, this you can use this with other types of blocks. We're gonna change the color from time to time, so now the color scheme is gonna be yellow. Make sure that this one isn't anchored. This is a very important part of this. Make sure it isn't anchored. Get a rope. Make sure this is anchored though. Attach it, and then attach it to this. Now there are many settings that you can do, like thickness. I'm gonna change the thickness to 0.2. So it's the radius is 0.2 of this distance. Visible you can do, or you can turn it off, but I'm gonna do that. Length and restitution. I don't know what restitution is, but length is length. We're not gonna do anything with that. I'm gonna make this smaller. So now let's go into the game. Okay, for one, okay, there are a few problems. For one, it isn't completely like centered, so. Two, I'm gonna make this neutral for the time being. I'm gonna add a second rope to try to like balance this out. Gonna make a third rope. Bunch of ropes will make it more balance. So we'll spawn here, and now if once we manage to jump across all of these things, oh my god. Anyways, actually you could easily cheat this. I'm a gaming channel, but I'm bad at games. Oh my god. Oh no. He's so bad. So, now when we get to this, when we jump on it, it'll be kind of hard to move across. But now it's gone pretty. One way to change this is for one you could anchor it, but we're not doing that. Now, how do you do this? You can increase the size, but there's another way to do this. Okay, I don't know how to do this. Just look at other videos that know how to do this. Look at Roblox's own tutorials. Oh no, don't save, no. Use the back button to reset any mistakes you've made. So now we have a basic jumping puzzle, which is fairly easy to complete. The only challenge is getting across the ball. Oh my god! Is getting across the ball. That's the only challenge. But like, I don't know how you created your game. I tried climbing it. Climbing is an ability that Robloxians can do. Oh my god! This is gonna take me a few minutes. Give me some time. Let's get across these bricks. Now, we're here. This provides a basic challenge of balance. You could use this for challenges where you have to put your momentum over here so that you can make a jump that normally you couldn't. Now, we're gonna do another way of moving parts. One that is 20 times better. Not that it's completely usable to like make animations. So what you want to do, there are many ways to make variations of this. Have the on one part, either on top or below. For this, I'm gonna do below. Anchor that part. Get another part, make it really long. I'll do this. Get the part, model. Actually, wait, I have to get a part, create, hinge. Attach this to that. Now, if you go into the hinge constraint and go to actuator type, there's none, which means you can just easily move on your own. Motor, which is the one we're going to use, and servo. Servo is a lot more technical. Angular velocity, that's how fast it goes. For this, we're going to do 1. Motor max torque is how much weight it can support. So I'm just going to do a bunch. generally it's better for that, for having a high motor max torque. But I do see a few situations where it wouldn't be as useful. So if we make our way across this again. Get across this huge thing, which is getting absolutely bodied by this. We'll see that this is moving it around in a circle. I'm recording. This is very useful for just making hard jumps. But there's another way it can be used. Now there are two ways to make a variation of this, where you can make it easier by putting it at the middle, or here. I'll quickly make a variation of this right now. There isn't a lot you have to do to make this variation. It's just, you just place a bunch of blocks and you rearrange them in a certain way. So make it long again. Get the hinge constraint, put it in the middle like so, and put it here. Now this time, we're going to do a similar thing, but to make it more of a game, meaning there's like a learning curve and like it gets harder as it goes, we're going to make it slower. Now, already the fact that it's has two sides makes it a lot easier. Because if it's going fast, if you time it wrong, you can at least get saved by the other thing. Where if it's going slow, you don't have to wait for it to go around once. You can just wait for it to go half. Which is, both have their uses. But there's another variation of them. And I'll talk about like all the different ways you can use them. But I'm talking about the most common ways. Let's get across to this. Here. Okay, I made a mistake. This has to be a little bit closer. That sucks too, because I have to do this again. This part is relatively easy, but can be used very greatly by the pros. Boom. Now there's one more variation of this. So we're going to create a whole new area. Oh, then you can also change team color, which is what I'm going to do. This will be yellow. This will be red. Gonna make this will be the last yellow block we'll use. Notice, just so you know, we're gonna go higher as we go on, all the way to the height limit. So for the highest part is this, and the coordinates are 57. So you're 57 studs above the base plate, which is we're 68 studs above it. So yeah. Now let's place another spawn. But instead of just making a normal spawn, we're going to make it a different color as usual and give it an effect. There's explosion, fire, point light, smoke, trail, beam, sparkles, spotlight, surface light, and particle emitter. Say that 5 times fast. We're going to give it smoke, which gives it this. But I don't want smoke. That's a little bit too weird. Let's give it point light, which gives it light. There isn't a lot you can do right here, but if you increase the range, everything becomes 20 million times. Shadows include, which just makes everything less bright. Now, another way we can change it is if you do this. Anchor it. Go make it a little bit bigger. And we're going to put it here. Place where the player can't reasonably reach. Now let's make another green thing. We're going to give it the diamond plate appearance. Is that the diamond plate? Yeah. And we're going to make it big and long. Okay, now let's get, first, so let's anchor this. That's already anchored. Let's get another hinge and connect them. We'll make this hinge a lot faster than the others. Where before they were the biggest is 1, we'll make this 5. Now before we test, we're going to rename these. I'm going to rename this wild rope thing. There we go. I'm going to rename this into two-sided spinner. We're going to rename this into one-sided spinner. And we're going to name this into hitter spinner. Let's make another block, anchor it, and give the player somewhere to land. Let's change this, allow change on touch, give it that. We can already see, oh crap. Even the professionals make mistakes. But I'm not a professional, so I make more mistakes. Let's give this a high motor max torque. Actually, let's give it a lower motor max torque. Here's why. If it was to hit someone, it would slow down. Actually, I'm gonna change it to 400. Sealing this even more. Okay, what is going on with that? Let's make it. Once we're done with parkour elements, obbies, we're gonna go into the next thing, fighting elements. Now, there are two types of fighting elements, either PvP or AI. I'm gonna go over PvP first, since it's the thing I'm better with. If you know me in real life, you'll know that I've been working on a fighting game, or you've seen my first video. Which had Mew's sword fighting. Definitely check that out. It's a pretty cool fighting game that's made by me and my friend. I'm not gonna say his name though. So now we're here. This is challenging because you have to time the jump. It's also challenging because I didn't space it correctly. I also have to do all the jumps again. Okay. Eat, beep, 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 beep. Ah! Okay, so let's jump on this. Use the power of momentum to give me a... Oh my god! Oh my god. Oof. You. No! Why? Look at how small our area is compared to the base plate. We'll have a lot of room to work with. So it should be close enough for us to okay, this is definitely close enough so that when okay, I'm just gonna cheat a little bit. I'm not gonna do all that again, especially when we go into like the over here. We're gonna change this to neutral for the time being. Oh. So yeah, now you know how this is a lot longer than the other few episodes. Now you know how to make movable objects with the hinge and ropes. See you next episode.